and I just came on real quick here for lunch, just kind of introducing the channel and what we are all about. Our YouTube channel is called AJC Magic TV, and that is the first initials of the names of the other two of all three of us, Amy, Jolene, and Colton. You'll see them every once in a while in the stream when we're out and about, if we do a live stream, sometimes even a video. We live in the Western Pennsylvania area. We do frequently travel to Disney World and Universal, so we like to feature those particular places when we are in town there in Orlando, Florida. We may get there once a year, sometimes twice. This year, I personally will be getting there a couple of times because of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opening up, and I'd like to try to be there for the opening week or shortly after, and sometimes for the holidays like Halloween or Christmas. But some of our other streams will be places in and around Pittsburgh. And hello, Pam's fam. Thank you for joining. I'm just quickly introducing what my channel is about and try to help increase my subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please like the stream. And I'm just quickly coming on because I'm on my lunch hour. I have a few more minutes before I need to get back to work. And just saying where I'm from. I will eventually, some of my videos that are on our channel of AJC Magic TV was most recently the trip to Orlando that I did with my sister's family, and we had stayed off site. Thank you, Pam. That was very nice. Thank you very much. And since we stayed off site at their timeshare, we decided while we were down there also to visit Universal Studios and the Islands of Adventures plus SeaWorld. We've been big fans of Universal since it had opened back in the 90s, so every once in a while we will visit that park, whether it's a day or 2 days, so we can hit both parks, but we do hop between the two now that the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express is there, so we every once in a while will get over there. Plus, since the kids are older, they really like the Halloween Horror Nights, so sometimes we will hit up Universal for that. We are big Disney fans. Whenever I was in 10th grade was when when Epcot first opened was my very first trip to Disney World. So I never got to go whenever it was just the Magic Kingdom, the Polynesian, and the Contemporary Resort. And even when it did open in 1972, I was still a little toddler type kid. So my first trip, actually, since we're a family of four, was when I was in 10th grade, and my dad actually had a convention down in the area, and we got in the family car and decided we would make a go of it. Our 3 or 4 day hopper ticket was only like $100, and we I think it was a 3-day ticket. It might have been a 3-day ticket. I remember also on that first trip, we stayed at International Drive. Hello, Alan Roberts. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing a quick introductory live stream of my channel of AJC Magic TV, explaining that I am from Western Pennsylvania, and I do love Disney. My first trip was when I was in 10th grade. When Epcot actually first opened, we went that first summer in June as a family, and ever since I've gone, at that time I was pretty much hooked. And when I got into college, I looked into the college program, and in the beginning of the end of 89 and 90, I actually got into the college program and worked a year did my semester from August to the beginning of January. I think it was like the week or two after the New Year. And I did that, and then I stayed on for another year and a half. And then I decided that I was a little too far from my family, and so I came back to the Western Pennsylvania area. And ever since then, I've made many trips to Disney. Actually, our first on-site stay, besides me whenever I worked there, was at the Caribbean Beach Resort. And then I went on a trip with my mom, my aunt, and my sister-in-law, and we actually stayed at the beach club right after it had opened. And we were watching that they were getting ready to have the boardwalk get built up. And we actually enjoyed ourselves, because that was one of the first times that we actually did a package, and you actually had something called your tickets plus the food, fun, and more. And it actually included 3 meals a day, the tips for that, plus then you actually had fun activities, which could have been renting the little water mice or one of the other boats that they had, canopy boats. We could also use one of the bigger boats, but we usually did the water mice, or if they didn't have the water mice, we rented one of the canopy boats. In those days, the Yacht and Beach Club was very new. And actually the Wilderness Lodge actually opened that summer too, because we were trying to decide, do we want to stay at the Beach Club or the Wilderness Lodge? We decided the Beach Club because of the access of walking to Epcot through the International Gateway. And it was a very great time. The Stormalong Bay was a very fun swimming pool to swim in. Although sometimes when we did get back to the parks, it wasn't open as late as the quiet pools that they had at the yacht or beach club. We stayed on the beach club side. And ever since then, I've gone on a bunch of trips. I was an annual pass holder for a couple years, and I would do a Christmas trip, and I've done 2 Halloween trips. I've did various Christmas trips. Sometimes I had gone with my sister's family, and we stayed at the Caribbean Beach Resort, which was like in the end of the... Hello, Mike Wheeler. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing a quick stream about one of my Disney experience. And also, I do live in Western Pennsylvania, so I was just saying hello and wanted some people to know that my channel, even though I love Disney, I love to be living in the Orlando area. I was a cast member when Disney's Hollywood Studios was Disney's MGM Studios in their first year, and I worked at the Hollywood and Vine when it was just a cafeteria style before they made it into a character, and I moved over to the Primetime Cafe, and I also helped set up the Sci-Fi Dine-In Cafe that they have. And I also had applied to go work at Mama Melrose, but then my family had come down and I had taken some vacation time, so I did not transfer over to there, but I did get to see all the workings and everything like that. And most of the time since I had left there in 92, 93, and I've been here in Pittsburgh working, and I visited Disney. I've been to Universal. In fact, we were there the first year Universal opened, and remember how disastrous some of their things were, because everybody was in a rush to either Disney had to beat them with MGM Studios, and then they opened up their studios the following summer, and we all know that they had some problems, but now, look where they're at now, and we do visit them every once in a while. Yeah, you probably would have, Mike. I really loved the food there whenever I had worked in there. I still do. I do like to go there for sentimental reasons. It's, even though Hollywood Studios has changed a good bit, it's still sentimental to me. Although I do, of course, I really enjoy, and usually my last night's usually at the Magic Kingdom. But I do have a sentimental feeling for Hollywood Studios because that was where I worked during my college program days and then as a full-time cast member before I decided to come back home. Part of me regrets, I don't really regret leaving because I've done so many experiences since I've been back in this area. I've gone to Zimbabwe, Africa. I've been to Lithuania, and then I had recently, a couple years ago, had gone to England and traveled around England. And I'm also a person who really enjoys doing and giving back to different mission projects and stuff like that. So I've also done projects in the Appalachia area of Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia with my family, with my church actually. So I've been pretty active in that area. Plus I've gone to when the tornadoes hit in Joplin, Missouri, I actually went on a recovery type of mission trip to there. And it's pretty eye-opening when you see what damage a tornado can actually do. I've had other opportunities to go whenever the hurricanes have come through and flooded places. Even in our own area in western Pennsylvania, we've had flooding, and I've helped out with some of the different groups that get together and help muck out or help some people who can't really afford to get someone in there and help clean out their houses and stuff. But some of my streams here, we have Kennywood Park. That's the park that I live close by. That's interesting there. Yeah. So I've gone to Kennywood Park. I've shown downtown Pittsburgh, the Incline. So some of my streams will end up there. A lot of my nephews and nieces, I think whenever they started the Jedi Academy, only one of them actually was young enough to actually participate, even though about 4 or 5 of my nieces and nephews have grown up on Disney. They've gone since they were young children and babies, actually, like 6 months old and above. We'd stayed at the Caribbean Beach Resort most of the time. And since my sister and brother-in-law had looked into a condo areas, they now have that. So whenever they go, yes, I live pretty close to Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania. So yes, I live in the South Hills area, pretty close to Mount Lebanon. It's actually a rival school district to the school district that I live in. So yes. And hopefully here I'll get up to Erie, Pennsylvania, and show Lake Erie and the amusement park around there. On the other side of the state is Hershey, Pennsylvania. There's also Dorney Park in Philadelphia and stuff, but I probably won't get out there this summer. But a lot of my streams will be in and around Pittsburgh, whether we're at the Science Center, the Pittsburgh Zoo, even downtown at their various things. And if you check out the channel, there are videos of some of the Christmas holiday stuff that we've had here and at Kennywood Park. So that's all I just wanted to do. I will probably jump on again. I do have some Disney merchandise stuff. I've seen some of the pin tags that some of the other channels have done, and I do have a bunch of Halloween party pins that maybe I'll go on and do the one that Steve's World has listed on his thing that he did was a pin challenge, and just show some of the pins. But a lot of my different Disney paraphernalia is from the early 90s, from 83 until the present. So and I do have a ton of Disney beach towels and t-shirts. I do have some figurines and different animation type things. I also have a animator cell when I was a cast member that was you were able to purchase, and it's limited edition. I have that. So maybe one of these days I will show it on one of the streams or something. Oh, that's pretty good there. Yes, they do have a brewery restaurant that used to be a church. It's called the Church Brew Works on Liberty Avenue in the Strip District area. But I have to get back to work now, so my lunch hour is over. So I do thank you all for joining. Please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Also, if you ever jump back on, please share out the stream and even share this out if so others can see. But I just wanted to go on and introduce myself and introduce the channel. We are AJC Magic TV. I am Amy. Jolene and Colton are under age 18, and they kind of help in the background. Sometimes you will see them holding the merchandise, or we do some different pin reveals, and they're sometimes if we're out and about you will see them in the video, but they're not very goodbye, Alan Roberts. I hope you guys all have a magical day. So they don't really like to be on screen too much, but when they do, you'll see them. So I do have to get back to work, so I do thank you everyone, and please have a magical day.